Hey, chat. Are we back? I don't know. Steph is rubbing her eyes, and people are waving fans. And did you put salt in your eye? Haven't you seen kids in the hall?
Did you get beef jerky?
Don't put salt in your eye.
Potato chips.
I just got chips in my eyes.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
No, it's a wind tunnel situation going on.
Wind is tunneling.
It's a goose.
Can I close
It's a
this?
goose. It's August.
It's
No,
a
it's
goose.
goose ghost.
It's goose ghost. Quack.
Okay, and now it's like billowing this way, so it should be good.
All right, goose
about
ghosts happened.
Geese.
There were geese, and they were ghosts.
Geese guys.
Are they like
Jackal
falcons?
goose?
So
Why?
when we last left the PCs, they were in the deep south, meeting with Copper Scribe of Heaven and his tribe of crazy desert people. A solar who was trying to overthrow the realm due to his own personal feelings about how the realm was awful, and he had a lunar spouse that was neither male nor female, and there were some other people involved that folks had talked to, namely a giant human being that Svara had talked to, and Gwir, the Jala, who Copper Scribe... What?
Could he be the Jolly Jala?
Right?
He's kind of jolly, yeah.
What color is he?
White
In
and
white.
black.
He's like a
a
Dalmatian.
panda human.
So he's not a green.
No,
jolly.
he's not green.
Jolly.
He's not a jolly
Jala tiny.
green. Giant.
Jolly green Jala?
I'm trying to say giant as though there's a DJ in the beginning of it.
I appreciate it. That was a good attempt.
TJ Jolly.
So,
Is it just Santa's like non-denominational job?
That's what he does in the off winter times.
middle of the night, Svara wanted to talk to Copper Scribe.
Yes.
She will arrive at his tent. It is dark inside. His spouse will open the flap as a dude.
Hi.
Hello.
Is Copper Scribe right?
He's asleep, yes.
So I'm not sure if I'll get another chance to do this, but it's important that I talk to him.
Yeah, all right. I'll wake him up.
Thank you.
Please wait.
Okay.
Svara very, very clearly hears a kick and an ow! Hey, wake up! Dead girl wants to talk to you. You couldn't have just shaken me? It was more fun this way.
I love you, Jackal.
Asshole. I know.
That's true. Jackal the best.
And Jackal just sort of sweeps out of the tent. Yeah, he's awake.
Wonderful.
And Copper Scribe is sitting up on his bed, pinching the bridge of his nose. Yes, I'm awake now. Thank you, Jackal. You shitbag. Hi, Grinny.
Unfortunately, I'm just a doctor, not a marriage counselor.
Grinny?
Yeah, it's new to me too.
Oh.
It's one of those things that sort of arrived out of the desert and said, "Hi, we're married."
I see. Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of cool though. What can I do for you, madam? I'm sorry. Let me I don't know where the hat is.
Oh, it's okay. You look fine.
Are you an abyssal?
Yes.
Oh, I've met one of you before. Interesting. You seem much more well adjusted than the last one.
Yeah, probably.
You weren't all about murdering everything that lived?
Different expression.
Good.
So, sorry about earlier today. I didn't talk to you at all. I was really just sort of overwhelmed by the heat. This is not my environment at all.
I feel like you've never been properly able to express yourself in this climate.
It's difficult. So, anyway, you were talking about sort of changing the world, bringing people out of the dirt, so to speak.
Yes.
And that is something I also am very interested in. But I do need to understand sort of how coherent your worldview is on this.
All right, what would you like to know?
Um,
I admit, hold on. And he walks over to a desk and opens it up and pulls out a plate of cheese and slices off some cheese and some bread and sits down and puts the cheese on the bread and starts eating it. It's the middle of the night. Do you want some cheese and bread?
I'm okay.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
I'm going to eat all of this cheese and bread then.
Damn it, I love him even more now.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm not fully awake yet. How can I answer what you need?
So, first thing, what do you mean by rule effectively?
People with ability and vision and the facilities to rule justly.
How is that determined, though?
Bureaucratic tests, mostly.
So education is a
Yes,
barrier.
absolutely. I have trained every one of these desert people how to read, how to write, how to rationalize everything they're doing, how to argue and debate, how to create, invent, cook, and also maybe a little bit of how to fight. And by that, I mean they're very good warriors.
Right, but to sort of have power in your world, you need to have the...
You need to have the facilities in order to compete against those that would rule over you. Yes.
So, is it sort of like a might equals right?
No. Skill, talent, prowess, vision. Those are the things that will elevate you. If you can demonstrate a vision and communicate it to your fellows, if testing ensures that you are skilled and have the ability, then you should hold a position of authority because you have both the drive and the skill to ensure that you see your fellows elevated and a good civilization enacted.
Noble. But if you have a sort of systemization of evaluation, would you not be sort of closing off the possibilities for types of talents and capacities?
Every type of talent that is of value to a civilization, I will evaluate. Artists, craftsmen, linguists, the educated and the intelligentsia, those that would lead with passion, oratory, and skill, and even those, yes, that understand geomancy. Something a bit beyond me. I'm okay with it, but it's, one of those things.
Okay, so rather than just a might equals right, it's more of the philosopher kings.
Yes, absolutely.
And do you not think that perspective might cause them to misunderstand the people who are not in that space?
That is why I offer free education to all of those that would come to my door. Anyone who wishes to learn shall be taught.
How do you ensure that people sort of have the luxury of that time?
Those that would toil in the fields need only a few moments of every day to learn. I could teach you... What are you bad at? You seem educated.
Nothing.
I'm not very good at dancing.
I could teach you to dance with but 5 minutes a day for 1 week, and you'd be a professional.
You sound like a wonderful salesman.
I do try.
But I have met many wonderful salesmen who was essentially selling wishes, and...
I sell no wishes, I sell facts.
Right. So how do you have a system for checking yourself?
How do you mean?
So...
To ensure that my bullshit doesn't get passed on?
No, not even that, just to make sure you're not drowning in your own bullshit.
That was exactly what I was saying, actually. That's mostly what Jackal does.
Okay.
He has precious little time for my pretense and my civilization. I'm sorry, they have precious little time.
Okay. So it's not like it all kind of is... You're the crux of all of this.
Yes.
I take it.
That is
Okay.
correct.
Well... That's, I think... So, can I give you my opinion?
Certainly, if I can give you mine.
Yeah, sure. Do you want to go first?
No, you go first.
Okay.
Ooh.
So I'm going to use the harmonious presence meditation.
He's already got harmonious present
Okay.
meditation up, so yes.
So I get two. So it's not that I don't think this is a beautiful vision, and I think that I'm very thankful that you've shared it with me and taking the time. And I mean, I think when it comes down to it, we both care about the same thing. I would just caution yourself from allowing your ambition to blind you to your own failings and weakness. And one person is not enough to do all of this. It really needs to be sort of a collective effort. And I understand that's sort of what you're trying to do with these tribes, and but I would say maybe try to look beyond yourself more. And
I try my best. I do what I can. The goal being to create a civilization that can exist without me. Without me, without Jackal, that can self-perpetuate, that can teach itself and elevate the most base human beings to positions of power if I am dead. However, I am the best in this civilization at everything that I do. That is a fact. It is not exaggeration. You said you were a doctor, yes?
yes,
Can you cure all of creation?
I don't think that's something even gods can do.
Have you tried?
I am doing what I can.
Then obviously, we both think very highly of our own abilities.
I think,
What will happen when you're dead? What will happen to those lost souls that cannot be cured?
well, I'm not really into reincarnation and stuff.
Yeah,
I kind of wanted
But
to...
when you're dead, they won't have you to guide them, will they? So do what you can with the time that you have now to do the best work. That's the goal.
I definitely agree with you. I would just say that if you're as successful as you're hoping you will be, you could easily become a vehicle of the thing that you hate if you're not careful.
Believe me, I know. I don't want to create a cult of personality where I am the alpha and the omega of learning. What a terrible fate. What a terrible thing that would be, to be the only source of enlightenment, the only source of truth. This is why I want to give other people the facilities to seek it themselves.
Well, okay. You had an opinion you wanted to share?
My opinion was, are you perfect?
No one is perfect.
But you are better at doing what you do than anyone I could pick out of the crowd outside. Yes?
It depends on by what scale you're measuring.
Medicine, perhaps? I assume necromancy? It's a guess.
Well, this is a quandary very dear to my heart because it doesn't matter if I'm good at medicine and can heal someone if they simply go on to suffer more.
But if you are alleviating their suffering now, then you have done a net good. You have reduced their suffering. Yes?
Unless they go on to suffer more later.
Can you predict the future?
That is, maybe.
Maybe. Nice hedging of bets. But I would challenge this. If you can reduce their suffering now, for a fact, and you can only guess that they may suffer more, perhaps in the future, then you have done a net good by healing them now.
Isn't suffering the nature of existence?
No,
though?
absolutely not.
Well, I think maybe philosophically we've come to a bit of an impasse.
Suffering is part of life, but it is our role to reduce it.
I would agree. I would definitely agree with that. Maybe we have different ideas about how one goes about that.
But you are a creature of the dead. I am a creature of the light.
Right. Well, the only thing I would say is that it does seem like the people you've banded together are very enthusiastic for change and revolution. And, you might want to also teach them that revolution can be found in nation building.
Yes. Yes.
And being here.
You are correct. This is why we are building a nation here, rather than raiding and sacking to the
Right.
north.
Well, I mean, you might try to lead them to be satisfied with that.
I think that while the realm would cast us down, no satisfaction can be had because there are external threats. Let them come to me, and I will defeat them.
Okay,
I will
so
not seek war, but if they bring the sword to me, I will give them death, because that is what they have brought to my people. If they wish to bring pain, suffering, and torment to those that I have gathered around me, I will allow them to receive it in return, because they have sought the path of war.
well, I think that we have far more in common than is different, and most of the things that are different are things that are just abstractions. So,
Indeed. I also like your manner of dress. It's very pleasing to the eye. I should like some robes like that in my time, if I can make them.
Oh, yeah. They're, I found them in the garbage, but thank you.
Of a
A
floating
very,
man.
a very fine garbage, if I may say
Whose
so
clothes
myself.
is she wearing right now?
Her robes that she took from the manse of the Argos.
Is it
Is
some-
she
Some
wearing
trash
anything
can
around
that
her ankles,
was.
though? I have a question. Does she have anything around her ankle? Does she have
Uh,
like anklet?
you
Like,
saw
Dan Harmon.
Yes, she is wearing
She's
Zarhava's
still doing,
anklet. It jingles slightly.
He's angling his butt.
Anyway, that's a long story.
Every
Um,
time you-
all right,
Let
well,
me ask you a simple question before you go.
okay.
It is very simple. Are you happy?
That is not a question worth asking.
Of course it is. What is life if you are unhappy living it yourself? You may counsel others to forego their own lives, but why have you not foregone your own if you are unhappy in it? Seek joy and embody it, that others may learn from your example and be joyous that they are around you.
I have heard those words before, and I have definitely listened to them before, and it caused more pain than happiness in the end. But thank
maybe
you.
you should practice enacting them in a more wholesome fashion then.
That is a biggest assumption
Of
about.
course it is.
I heard that burn from down the tent. Like,
Feel the disturbance in the forest.
But I say it because I know it is true. It is within all of our power to be happy. If we work towards a world that we enjoy and that brings happiness to those around us.
Oh, that I definitely agree with, but I don't think that it's something that necessarily is attained in one's individual lifetime.
Oh, certainly not. But I'm working on it, as I
Well-
hope you are.
Yes, I am. Thank you for this pleasant conversation.
Enjoy the rest of your evening, madam. I have yet to meet another abyssal that I have not crossed swords with, so I'm glad that I have not had to kill you.
Likewise.
Enjoy your evening. The next morning, as the sun rises, I assume everyone gathers around a communal fire, something with breakfast cooking on it. Haresh is cooking breakfast as he is fading out of existence. I'm making an omelet! I'm sorry.
oh no! Does the thing drop? Does the pot drop or just
No, it's on a chain.
Oh.
He's just shaking.
Did the eggs get browned?
No.
Okay, we're good.
And in the underworld, sorry, I was just trying to do that before the sun came up, and man, it's hard to cook eggs for this many people. I put some tomatoes in there and some cheese, and there's also a bunch of spices that I found that I threw in there. I stole them from the tent over there, but those guys were drunk, so I figured they wouldn't care.
Probably not. Thank you. Everyone, eat some eggs. Yeah.
I'll take
Yay,
the bite.
cheese.
It's feta cheese, yay!
That's my favorite. Or, excuse me, Kaz's favorite.
Kaz's favorite.
Kaz's favorite
Not-
cheese is
not
feta
Andy's
cheese. Add that
favorite.
to the wiki,
Jahar
please.
will take over.
I'd love that to be in the wiki.
So yeah, I was talking to your ghost buddy for a while. He was pretty interesting. Mercenary, I guess, in his previous life. I can respect that. At least it's an honest profession. I have some bread here. Thump. It's pretty good, I think. Oh, what's the call, boss? What are we doing? These people confuse the fuck out of me. They're a bunch of crazy desert people. Hold
They're
on to your
not-
hats when dealing with desert people. I'm just saying.
The heat does things to you. Just like
Yeah,
kind of side eye
wow.
Svara. Are you just lying in the ground again?
It's still early
Yes.
morning.
Okay.
But I'm already having a hard time.
We have a problem, Zara.
Yes.
Not him for once. I think he's noble and
Oh, I thought
pretty.
you meant me, boss. Shit,
No, no,
I was
no,
gonna
no.
say, you're gonna have her killed.
No, 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 no.
Shit.
The royal him over there who's prettier than all of us and really, really pretty. And anyway,
the other show off, you mean?
yeah, the him.
The other show off.
He mentioned last night some, and he mentioned a school.
Yes, I recall.
A school of solar.
Oh shit.
While I personally don't see the problem with the concept, I of course see the
No.
problems with her.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
So I think that just tells us what we knew when we got here, just that we need to take care of her before she gets the chance.
Even more imminently,
She's had 3
She's
weeks.
going?
She's had 3 weeks on us.
She said a place, a school full of solars. I think she meant. You're from. What would you call it?
The West.
A school, but your school of.
We're not all solars in my school.
No.
But you worship. You worship a god that has been cast down throughout history.
So do many people. I mean, this is not a rarity.
I mean, to be fair, ma'am, she's right. I mean, my family used to pray to the Unconquered Sun, even though we were supposed to pray to the Immaculate Order, just because he brings light. He brings all of the food. He's the harvest god.
And where's she going? Is the question that we're trying
Well,
to
I mean,
figure out.
probably to a school that has a bunch of people that worship the sun. I mean,
Mine is not the only school full of people that worship the
What's
Unconquered
what's the one closest to this place?
you know of one that's within a day.
I know of one that's within a day.
we should.
And she either may be
was
there or
3
is already
weeks.
gone.
It's been 3 weeks.
3 weeks
Has
ahead
anyone
of
been?
us.
We should.
We've spent a lot of time talking about what we're going to do when
Chasing
we
her.
find
What
her.
is she trying to do?
I think
Who is she, Monas? How is this a person that you used to know, and why is she so insanely different? And Kaz, what is your sister doing?
That I have no idea.
I can tell you she's trouble. I can't. The stories I've heard. She chopped a man into pieces, and the man was alive enough to scream for 3 hours.
That's a
Lore
great
check.
fucking story.
I don't know how she got this power, but you heard the way he talked about her.
Against fate, yeah. I've heard of people like that. I've seen them. We've been through a house made by one.
I don't know exactly what she's doing. We all know about her past, and we all know the immediate stories we've heard, and I think that we've wasted enough time simply talking about it.
But we have
we
to go
need
to
to
the
take
school.
her out.
We have to go to the school where she's headed. You say you know a school close by. Why don't we start for there
Where-
now? Let's
I
get
agree.
let's get the trail.
Can Woe
I
get
agree.
a scent? Because they've been
No,
there.
she's never met so
Oh,
she has to meet them first.
Well, I think it's a bad idea for us to go after this woman with the crystalline rift and all of that, because it does sound like, from what we heard from our friend the Copper Scribe, she might have the ability to make good use of that.
Thank you, Grinny, for putting a bar over Soam's O, because I keep writing it
Thank
and
you.
not being able to put the bar over it. But yes, it's Soam with the bar
Yes.
over it.
Soam with the
Thank
bar.
you, Grinny.
Thank you, Vinny.
I don't know if there's
We have
any
nothing
place
to
in
do with
creation
it.
safer than with us, honestly.
There's nothing we can do that we
Yeah,
went
we-
through this
Well,
last
then we
time.
should
Yeah,
go
did
in
we
the
do this before?
opposite direction of this woman.
Besides-
We cannot.
Opposite
I
direction.
got
No.
5 successes with a lore check of
Yeah.
anything that rings a bell with what some described plus her new titles.
Nothing. But if you want to invent stories, feel free.
We will go to the school.
I think
We
If-
can't go the opposite way because I have heard 3 distinct legends before. None of them have been fulfilled, but they all end in chaos and corruption.
If you would prefer to stay with the artifact, then by all means, but I know that I cannot sit by idly any longer. I've
I
made
know.
promises, and
And judging from if those stories are true and that she can cut a man into pieces before he realizes that he's dead, probably should get rid of that. Or ask her why she's doing what she's doing before she does it to more people.
I will put it this way: the only thing that I feel more urgent in our lives is the thing at my back, and I can't, for the life of me, think of any way to destroy it yet.
There is a heavy thudding in the sand as an enormous man, the one that you talked to the previous night, walks up. And I don't want to interrupt an important meeting. Can I talk to her?
Yes.
Wait, who are you?
What are you called now?
Dr. No Name.
That's not a name.
Go salad.
Don't give me bullshit. What are you called?
I'm gonna whisper it in his ear.
And he will whisper back and extend his hand. Until you kill me.
Until I kill you.
Let it be soon.
I half expected him to turn into a big cloud of birds.
And he walks away. Thud, thud,
Yeah,
thud,
yeah,
thud,
I just
thud.
fucking expected him to turn into a big cloud of birds.
Do you want to come with us?
No.
No.
And he looks back. No, I don't. You've got your own shit to deal with. I have my own
do,
shit.
do we know about lunars?
Yeah?
Yeah, like no. No.
Just asking. New
Friends are fun, friends are fun, but not when friends don't try to kill each other except for you.
Friends don't keep secrets.
One time, one
A whisper.
accident.
We need to figure out why Soam cares, why someone at Soam's caliber is working with lesser
Well, we're not going to
gods.
figure it out sitting here doing nothing. We might as well pick up the trail. She's got 3 weeks on us. Why aren't we going now?
I agree. I don't
I agree.
much care
We need to
for.
go.
I turn and walk in the direction I think she is.
Yeah.
That's
Is
it.
it the
I'm
right
going to.
direction?
Reasonably, yeah.
Reasonably? Oh, wow, he's natural.
It's a
Okay.
desert.
I'm going to.
There are many ways to go wrong in the desert,
I'm
Monos.
aware.
I'm shouting at you as you're trying to
I'm
walk away.
Jahar,
Yeah?
enjoy the breakfast, and this is where our paths part. I need to run to get to the horses before he tires himself out. And I run over to try to get...
What? Is,
Jahar,
is he
actually,
leaving me?
Jahar, I would like to keep your employment a little
Thank
bit
you, Jesus!
further. We do have an airship that
I was gonna
needs-
say.
that
like,
we will need, and someone needs to be in communication with Jahar, if you would.
Yeah.
Please, my cat is on that ship.
Oh, hold on. I've got a thing here, and he pulls out a tube. I'll hold this, would you? Let me light the bottom of it.
Excuse.
Other end up!
And a purple rocket shoots into the air and bursts into a sunburst.
I don't want them to come down. I'm just saying someone needs to be in communication with them. While
Yeah,
we're-
I was just notifying them that they might want to get a little lower so that maybe you could talk to them or something like that.
No, I. That's why I would like you to stay here.
Oh.
I don't want them to approach
Okay,
want them to
I'll
stay
stay here. That's fine.
in the vicinity.
Oh.
Keep an eye on them as they keep an eye on my.
Sure, I'll just keep making this shakshuka, and nobody else wants to eat it. It's gonna be mine now.
I'm gonna
I just
eat
steal.
it.
I think I steal it.
We
I
made
mean,
it.
a lot.
You're in good
and then
hands. You're in
I
safe
sit on the
hands
wasp
with-
and I look at Svara as like clink clink. Like,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm over the ridge and I just say, it smells great! But I still keep going.
Thanks! As people disperse, the airship gets lower and lower and lower and begins to skip its keel across the sand dunes as Kaz and Monos approach. The captain, leaning up against one of the ropes. Is that all of you? Take
I thought
that
we
as
were
a
riding
no.
there. I thought we were riding there.
How are we getting
We
there?
are. They are.
You started walking. I started flying after you.
Yeah.
The airship will turn around to pick up Zarhava and Wisp.
Oh, we were gonna ride there
I was
because
wondering-
I don't want to
What-
get.
what-
I don't want
they're
them to
us.
get. I don't want them to get close to.
Yes.
Oh no, they're
The
not
mess.
close. It's just that since Kaz and Monos had left slightly earlier, they'll turn around, come over two dunes, and then Zarhava and Monos or Wisp will be there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So we're all caught up.
Michelle, you hold on here. Give me your hand, ma'am. Ugh. And the captain will haul Zarhava aboard. What do you want to do about the horse? Put it aboard too?
Can
She's
we?
probably long. Yes, because
All
if
right,
we ever
hold on.
meet,
Hold up, Felicans. And they bring it to a stop. And it's at that point that Korosek and Svara alight on the bow with the jeweled wasp.
And no food in sight because it was damn good.
Great, you're all here, I guess. What about your guy?
he has other business to attend to.
All right, sure thing. Drop the ballast. We're going. I don't know where we're going, but we're going. It's always an adventure with you people. So where are we going? madam.
About 1 day away, so however long that takes.
Certainly.
There is another school of the unconquered sun.
Excellent. Just direct me. And for the next day, Zarahava will direct the captain towards this school, steering the airship. The airship twists left and right through a deep cavern, sort of a Grand Canyon style, something that was cut ages ago via water that has long since dried up, jinking left and right until she can come to a long string of carved homes in the side of the sandstone, Anasazi style.
Zarahava must release her water briefly, if that would be so allowed.
I think that would be allowed by the GM if Sally would like to do that. Yes, you can go to the bathroom.
I didn't
Sally.
go during the break. I forgot. I'm sorry. I was like, okay, like there's got to be like
Get up.
I keep having to like be in charge of stuff, and I really need to pee.
It's okay, Sally. It's okay.
I'm like, it's like in Forrest Gump. Remember when he meets the president?
Hey
He
guys,
also drank me about 15 Dr. Pepper.
Geekspace TV and Forrest Gump RPG. It's the first ever exclusive Forrest Gump RPG. Thank you so much.
Looks like a box of chocolates.
No, it's
I
not.
like that stern yet sensible no from Anna in the corner.
Less talk, more peace, says Odious.
I have future pee right
Oh
here.
man.
Yeah, cheers.
From the future.
Cole Drake had the best quote that you went through a desert on a horse with no name because it's good to get out of the rain. Anybody?
There's
Anybody?
No horse
Yeah.
with Dr. No Name.
Yeah. America being the band.
Yeah.
And one of my mom's favorite bands, honestly.
I was getting
So-
trained in coffee. They were like, one of my trainers was like, you know what? Okay, so you already know everything. We're just gonna run this through so you get through a checklist. You know what a steamer is? I'm like, yeah, it goes in a kid one way, comes out the other. And he's like, well,
Oh
I know
my
what
God.
I'm gonna write
I mean,
on
that's-
your review. I'm like,
that's
no,
accurate, though.
wait, that I'm a great person and that I'm super funny.
You have interesting takes on things.
Oh Lord.
That's what I want my peer review to be.
Oh,
I'm
Barator,
very
my
old
pants
for
are
it.
tan, by the way. Hold
The
on.
shoes are white as
my,
fuck.
my shoes are white and my pants are tan. There you go.
No one asked about my fucking shoes.
I was talking.
Nobody's seen.
I was talking on Twitter that earlier this year, my coworker that I've worked with since 2011, Evan Lewis, who's now our UI engineer at Harebrained Schemes, he's very Kentucky. So every year he has a Kentucky Derby party where you are required to show up in proper dress
Of course.
with a
Oh,
hat
yeah.
to drink mint juleps. And this, even though I was not there, was my outfit for the Kentucky Derby. Because I think I had to run Exalted for Steph and Lauren and Claudia and Cheryl and Strix. So yes, that was what I did on the Kentucky Derby. But I made certain to send him a photo. So yes, the airship twists itself down and begins spiraling in for a landing point. And it's at that point that everyone smells the stench of death.
No.
I smelled it a while ago.
Yeah, that's because it was like all of your friends. Corpses littering the valley floor.
Huh?
Maybe 3 or 4 dozen of them.
Are they carved in half, by chance?
Most of them have been hacked to pieces.
Are there any ghosts?
No. There is in the distance a woman in a blue dress with a white shawl over her shoulder that looks back at the ship. And there's a brief moment where Solveig makes eye contact with Kaz. And she just... and she steps forward and twists her hands into a series of gestures and rips a hole in reality and steps through. And as she's stepping through, she looks back and just shakes her head at Kaz like, no, not now.
I'm gonna yell, what? What the fuck?
Do I need to roll to think what I think I'm thinking?
I don't know what you think you're thinking, so I can't tell you?
I am thinking this is sidereal.
That would be sorcery.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
no.
Damn it, I was looking for lore.
I mean, Probably not. It was definitely sorcery of some kind, but
Okay.
Korosek knows some people.
Was that your sister?
Yeah. No, definitely. Not
recognize
even,
it.
not
Know
even a
what
doubt that
happened?
for a second.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is it?
Sorcery?
Well, what did she do? Is it whatever I've seen it
Oh,
before?
she has phased herself into a faster method of
Just-
travel. Basically traveling through the equivalent of a dream space.
We're still on their ship.
Yep.
It has not landed or anything.
And there is a solitary individual with a sword that is propped up via its point, leaning back against a wall on one of these carved hills, with a crossed scar over one side of her face, armor on her chest. She flips the sword up over her shoulder and stands up, tucks it under one arm, It's been a long time, Monos. Why don't you put your ship down and we'll talk like friends?
Land the ship.
Now is not the time to just go running heads first into this, Monos.
If you don't do it, I will.
No, you won't, but
Corsac, I don't think we have a choice. Something
yeah, but
tells
we're not gonna run straight at her right now.
No.
We can land.
If you want, I can give you a beta blocker so your hands don't get shaky from the adrenaline.
How far is the ship from the ground?
About 50 feet.
Could I survive that jump?
Do you have any athletics charms? Like monkey leap technique?
Let's find out.
Be honest. You want to get down there?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna grab him. I'm gonna jump, and I'm gonna use soaring crane leap.
Perfect! Boom! Kaz is out of the ship and is sailing crouching tiger style with Monos on his back. Down across several rooftops and just lands very gently. And Soam flits down from the top of the roof, up a long, narrow street. Your friends not joining you? They're on a ship? You're the Northerner, aren't you? You're Solveig's brother. I heard a lot about you. Come to collect, I expect.
You expect correctly.
Well, it's not going to be that easy.
I didn't expect it would be, so.
You understand how much I have sacrificed to make you what you are? Do you understand how much I've given to give you a purpose?
Given.
Yeah,
You've taken so much from me.
but it's a small price for what you are. Look at you now. The power of your heart. The strength of your conviction. I gave that to you.
Does she have a coin visible?
Hanging around her neck. I know it's hard. What have the gods ever given you?
The gods gave me something that you took away.
The gods didn't give you shit. You gave yourself a son. I took your son so that you could live as a free being.
I'm gonna draw an arrow.
Thunk.
I've already definitely jumped down. in
Yep.
some form or fashion.
As the ship is landing. I took him from you so that you could live.
So, I am going to take a lot of pleasure at burning your skin from your bones.
I expect you might. But that... thud. That is not destined to happen. Because now... And she twists her hands, and suddenly there's a wrenching feeling in everyone's heart as reality shifts and bends around her. Because now is when we get to know each other as what we are. You, the chosen of the sun. I, the chosen breaker of destinies. Without distractions from ghosts or gods, the dead, the living, only us, with the strength to carry out our own will. You and I. They can join if they want, but I would prefer only you and I.
As would I.
Then can we do this? I would say as friends, but that's not the right term. As former compatriots, can we draw some boundaries? You kill me, you take whatever you want. I will not kill you. I will sever you from the things that bind you to your previous life, and I will free you now and forever from the things that you thought mattered. Fair?
Is that what happened to you?
Yes. I was given vision. The gods have forsaken all of us. They work for themselves. They scheme and they plot and they invent and they cook up. And us down here in creation, we get nothing but the scraps. So I will cast down heaven and kill every god I find, because they bring us nothing but sorrow.
Now, what have you done differently from the gods? You've taken, you've killed, you've made endless suffering. What have you done?
I've never promised anyone anything but sorrow. At least I have been honest with what I believe. Can you ever say that I have lied to you? I stole your son and I killed him to free you.
You're so far gone. I can't believe I knew you once.
So be it. Then, now, thump, shall we dance as compatriots once did? Sword and flame piece and arrow and fist. One amongst many. Shall we?
I'm ready when you are.
Then we shall have this dance, sir. As we were friends once, and I have wronged you, but I have done you such a courtesy over these years that you would not believe. And with that,
The music, like, perfect.
I know. It's almost
Do
as
you
if
hear
I
that?
planned that shit.
That, like, that violin, like, shwhoop.
And with that, we're ending this game. But next Friday, we will be back with Soam versus Monos. So thank you for watching. That's fucking awesome. I think that we did very well. I know it was a very roleplay heavy episode and a lot of emotions and things like that, but not necessarily a lot of exposition or rolling. But this being an Exalted game, we must have the feels. Well, as Strix said, oh, the game feels.
Game feels.
Liz knows this as well. The game feels must flow up. Oh my goodness. Let me find out where the last okay. So from Grinny. $5. Hey Wisp, when you're done carrying that eye around, can I have it? I'd like to add to my draft.
Oh, that was- yeah,
Oh, we
yeah.
did read that one. My bad.
And the answer is still no, Grinny.
Still no, Grinny.
No.
No.
25 from Tahoods. This episode is awesome, and this is batshit crazy. Great job, all. We've raised the stakes to the destruction of the universe. Yes, that is my aim. If Solar are not protecting all of creation and preventing the destruction of everything, what good are they? This is what they're for. This is what they are made for. This is what the game is about. Bananya, $40 with no message whatsoever. I'm sorry,
you.
Bananya. I will fill in for you. I like you, Bananya. Nya 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 nya. Look at this thing. Nya nya nya.
I can explain that. The next one, Odious said that if if somebody gets us to 350, he'd take care of the rest.
Oh my.
Oh.
Oh Jesus! Are you kidding
Holy
me,
fuck.
Odious?
Oh,
That
yes.
was 350.
Okay. So yeah.
Jesus.
Odious, so promised, so delivered. $100 from Odious because
Fuck.
people took us there.
Damn.
Jesus, dude.
And then just to top it off,
Thank you. Odious, $5. Sewn.
$5 more.
So basically, Monos pulled a Tallahassee on us. Marcus, you are a magnificent bastard.
Is that a zombie?
So yeah,
Yeah, it's
I would
when
like to
they
explain
own
something
things.
very briefly to chat. There is a particular thing on TV tropes called Cerebus syndrome, wherein something starts off very lighthearted and fun, and suddenly becomes very serious. Because of Kaz and Monas' backgrounds, I took some random stuff that they gave me, and I radically changed the entire thrust of season 1 and probably also season 2. Based on shit that was in their background. That was me doing a Cerebus syndrome. It's based on Dave Sims' comic Cerebus that was about an aardvark that was a spoof of Conan the Barbarian.
Yep.
Oh, refreshed? I need to refresh now.
shit, what?
I already refreshed, but let's see here. What happened here? Refresh. The unspeakable. $5. No comment. If I think of anything, I'll donate again. Otto Tillin, $50. Tyler's NPCs are incredible. Thanks. Thank you, because I was realizing earlier after talking to Aria at lunch yesterday that I have a lot of very identifiable NPCs on DFA that I don't have here, and it was basically just because I could stand up and act physically. So yeah, I've decided to do that.
It's awesome.
So yeah, heavy game feels this game. Y'all did fucking amazing.
Woo.
And you're gonna have some
Go-
serious
go
business
potty
to deal with at the
before
beginning of next game
next
with
time.
a rule set that I have created from the ground up. Because guess what? There are no rules ever for Getimian Exalted. So yeah, Soam's gonna lay down some yin and yang shit. With that, thank you so much for watching us. It's been a great day. And what's that?
Anybody doing anything good?
Oh,
Who's doing good things?
I am.
Yes.
I have a mouse guard campaign. If you want to check that out, Exploding Dice on Sundays at oh dear lord,
Dear Lloyd?
dear
Lloyd.
Lloyd.
Dear Christopher
Sorry.
Lloyd.
That's
It was
my
just- it
dear
was-
Christopher Lloyd. Make some more good movies. Stop being in those bad animated movies.
He was in Over the Garden Wall, so
That's right. He was also in Food Fight.
oh.
Wow.
Woof.
Sorry, Christopher Lloyd. You're great. I love you, dude. Keep it up. That's my thing. I just want to give a shout out to Christopher Lloyd. So let's keep the
Two
thing
first
rolling.
names.
Sally, you doing anything cool?
Exploding dice?
Nope. I'm coming to
Sorry,
Blade
what's that?
Runner tomorrow night.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
excited about that.
I would do that if I were not super busy tomorrow. I'll do it on Sunday though,
I'm
and I
very
expect your
excited,
input.
yeah. That's all I.
I'm not
so
doing
excited for Blade
anything.
Runner.
I'm working and working and working.
I'm doing Inktober. You also just draw stuff.
Yeah,
Stuff
follow
Inktober is super dope though.
Because
Instagram
there's
and
a lot
Twitter.
of moments
Instagram and Twitter.
past 3 days that I've been very uncomfortable. So I
You
post
got-
on Twitter, and I also post on the Instagram that is linked on my Twitter, which is _underscore in between.
Steph has
Check that
super
out.
gotten out of her comfort zone for art too, and I love it because I love Steph's
Some
normal
weird
art
stuff.
and I love her out of
Those
out of
flowers
stuff.
were drawn with a calligraphy pen. That was how fucking lost
Nice.
my tools that I had that day. So
AJ, what are you up to?
Some BattleTech stuff this weekend, both for DFA and for our normal game. So
Oh, sweet.
I am volunteering at a super cool Balboa event called Valhalla that is this
oh,
weekend.
that's amazing. That's the name of my Wi-Fi Galpala.
Nice. So Balboa is like the old people shuffle dance, but it's actually because swing dance got too popular and there wasn't room on the dance floor anymore, and the songs got too fast, so people did it cool.
Aria is a really good dancer. Like
Dancing
no
is, like,
lie, she
amazing.
does a lot of it.
And then Monday, if you want to hang out with me and learn how to swing dance, you should come to the clubhouse in Queen Anne.
Yeah,
I'll be
nice.
there, probably. Maybe. I don't know. Hopefully.
Woo! Yes.
I'm not
I'll
doing
go.
shit.
Yeah.
I'm playing
Yeah.
an only war game tomorrow with my it's the last session of the past 4 years of playing the Imperial Guard's Heavy Gunner in a Seattle themed game where it's like forests and Native Americans everywhere, and I'm just a crazy native guy with a giant machine gun. So yeah, beyond that, you'll catch us here again on Friday at 6 p.m. Come back at 7 on Wednesday to watch Leviathan Distant Stars, run
Yeah.
by very good friends of ours, Lauren Bond, with Claudia Jacob, Cheryl Platts, Sarah, whose last name I don't know, but she's super cool, Liz Bolden, and who's the last? Dan.
Well, maybe just because you guys got,
wait.
just because you got into a fight doesn't mean it
Hold
doesn't
on.
exist anymore.
Dan, who defends Git over Perforce.
Oh.
Just because you guys got
Shots
into a
fired.
fight.
Gets bullshit. Sally, did you have something?
We're just talking about Blade Runner and how awesome.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you for watching us.
I'm sorry, I'll use the restroom next time.
No,
Oh, no, you're great.
Sally, you're awesome always. So, thank you for watching. We'll catch you next week at 6 p.m. here on Friday. I will not fist bump and say Death from Above.
Yeah,
as much
I
as
keep wanting
Steph
to.
and I are both like trying to
We're
do a
like-
Death from Above. and it's like,
Exalted Games of Divinity!
Yay! All right, see you later.
Waffles.